I don't have TikTok on my phone. I don't have it. My fiance has it on her phone, and she shows it to me like I'm her fucking grandpa. She really does. She shows me TikToks, and I'm like, oh, and those dogs are friends? Oh, I like this one. TikTok's wild, dude. If you go on there, you see some crazy shit. There's a whole trend on TikTok. I'm making none of this up. There's a whole trend on TikTok right now where people are self-diagnosing themselves autistic. No doctor. Not one medical professional consulted. It's just them, to camera, right down barrel. They have motivational music playing, and then they put text above their heads that they point to in like a real smug, shitty way. And it's all regular shit. They're like, I used to be afraid of large crowds. I thought I was socially awkward. Turns out, I've been masking my autism for 27 years.
Guys, if you don't know who this comic is, this is the guy, the one and only Dan Soder, and this is one of his specials on the road. I already did like one of the jokes previously that I really love. This one, really good technique here, incredible delivery. But what he does at the end here, you have to watch till the end. I'll tell you when it's happening, but let's jump right back into this joke and see how it goes.
I'm autistic. What if we only use the word retarded for those people?
And that's how you do a joke like that. That's how you do a joke where it's an edgy word like that. You bang it out just like that. You set them all the way up, and then you flip it to them because they're so ridiculous, and then you call them that word. And that's how you do it. Watch what he does here. He's going to be moving on to a couple different subjects, but we're getting a little closer to the part that I'm talking about where he does something that I truly love doing in stand-up. It's a little difficult because I only do 5-minute sets to 8 to 10-minute sets, but I've been pulling it off lately. But yeah, let's get right back into this.
That's it. That's it. Never for anyone with a disability or anyone with a special need. Just anytime someone is like, yeah, I'm self-diagnosed autistic, you can be like, oh, you're fucking retarded. And they'll be like, yeah, because they're full of shit. It's crazy they do that because that's the one good thing about the internet is you can prove people wrong instantly. You ever done that? You ever Googled something in front of your friends and be like, look, how good is that feeling? Oh, it's the closest I've gotten to slam dunking. Just be like, that and shutting an elevator door on someone. That is such a good feeling. You shut that door, you're like, I got into an argument with a younger comic. He's in his mid-20s, and I was telling him about the music that came out after 9/11. I don't know.
This is one of my favorite jokes he does as well. It's a 9/11 joke that's really good. Right now, Dan's about 13 minutes till the end of his special. So we're leaning towards his best stuff. So with these specials, generally how they set it up is your B material's up front, your C material's in the middle, and then your A material is at the end. But how I would say an incredible comic, you won't be able to tell. Like as a consumer, when a comic is at that type of level, you won't be able to tell. He'll be able to tell, but not you. And same thing here with Dan Soder. Like, you won't know where his C, A, B material is, but he does. Him and his people, his peers and stuff like that, they know. Or somebody who's like a real like comedy like connoisseur would know. But right now we're going towards his best stuff. And watch what he does with this.
Enough to live through 9/11, and you didn't forget. Ooh, let me catch you forgetting. But the music that came out was bonkers. For 6 months after 9/11, all that came out was just like hyper-aggressive country music, which makes sense. They were getting us ready for war. But every song that came out was like, step on up and we'll kick your ass. And we were all like, ah! Toby Keith was just printing money. He made so much money, he opened a shitty restaurant chain. But radio stations, back when they actually were powerful, radio stations did this thing where they took, I don't know if anybody remembers this, they took Enrique Iglesias' song, Hero, and then spliced news footage from 9/11. Clap if you remember that. See? I'm not making this up. What a lot of people don't know is that Enrique Iglesias wrote the song Hero trying to fuck Anna Kournikova. So it's a sex song that they put 9/11 audio.
I remember this when I was younger. I was like, why is there Enrique Iglesias on a 9/11 like remembrance thing about sex? Like, it didn't make any... Dude, America did not make sense back there.
Once you know he wrote it for that reason, go back and listen to that. You can tell how horny he is in the song. When he's like, let me be your hero, baby. It's just him being like, please touch it. Please. Please touch my penis. And then randomly it's like, the second tower has fallen. It's fucking wild. And I found it on YouTube. Because of this disagreement, I found it on YouTube. It's crazier than you remember. Go look it up. I'll give you a time marker. 53 seconds into the video. It's a clear sexual lyric. Enrique Iglesias goes, would you tremble if I touched your lips? And then you hear a woman go, I got thrown through a window. And you're like, what?
He's so good, dude. He's so hilarious. I love Dan Soder. I had this argument with my friend. I think I said in the last video that like I learned more from Dan Soder's set than I did Shane Gillis. And one of the reasons why is he's a very New York comic, and all of his bits are like 3 to 4 minutes long, and they're just very laser. There's no fat. There's no nothing. And the same thing with Shane's, but like what Shane does, I can't do what Dan does. I can't do what Shane does. But the mechanics that he does here are very, very. He's very like structured and mechanical in not a way that you can tell, but I just see it just because I'm not like, I mean, I've only been doing it 4 years, but like I could see what he's doing, and it's like ba-bop, 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 like very structured, incredible. And when you're doing a joke, what I've learned from watching Dan's Soder special is, and same thing with Sam Morril or even Mark Normand, I would say that they bring up these jokes that have been done before, like premises like pedophilia or TikTok or 9/11, but like that you got to come at it at an angle where they kind of don't see it coming, or it's such a unique angle nobody's ever really thought of it, and then that's how you do a premise that has been done a million times, and how you make it incredible and make it your own.
What the fuck is that? And we put that out like that's for the first responders. I don't know, man. It's just, the older I get, I just keep being like, I'm losing touch and I still want people to like me. It's insane. We just moved from New Jersey back into New York City, and we were living in Jersey, and we had all these like 10 and 11-year-old kids in our neighborhood, these little river rats. Just riding their bikes around and cussing. I wanted them to like me so bad. So fucking bad.
This is a good joke too, because like he's talking about cussing and stuff, and like when you're a kid, like when you're older, you remember like, dude, I remember when I used to cuss, bro. Like, and just saying the word cussing is hilarious.
And then they caught me talking to my dog, and that's a wrap. You don't come back from that. I don't talk to my dog in a regular voice. I don't know what kind of fucking psycho does. Who's out there being like, are you ready to go outside? There she is. There's my snuggle bug. No, you gotta be like, look at you, fatso, what are you doing? Oh, I can't wait to get home to her. When I see her, I'm gonna scream into her neck fat. I'm like, where did you get all this? Where do you want to have it? You ever love on your dog and catch them being annoyed with you? Like, before I left yesterday, I grabbed her by her head. I was like, I love you. And you could feel her being like, okay, all right. Push it back. You ever love your dog so hard you wonder if you're special needs? You're like, this is a lot. You guys are gonna catch me on TikTok being like, I thought I loved my dog. Turn down on your target. I love her.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Dan Soder doing an incredible callback. And the way that he set it up was beautiful. And I mean, he goes into something that, like, all the bits that he's been doing is a very, like your relatable stuff or things that people know about. And for him to do that dog bit, which was really cool. And then two really, really cool, really good bit. And then on top of that, like right when he went and put that callback in, it was great. One joke that I do that I was at Jimmy Kimmel's and I was just doing it the other day, and it was like last Thursday. I just didn't have the set that I wanted. You know what I mean? Like, and I could feel it at the beginning where I had him, I lost him, had him, but I knew I had one in the chamber that was gonna get him, and it was like my Uber driver joke. And even then, when I hit that joke, it hit hard, but I ran over my laughter and I started like panicking on stage a little bit. I was like, but like, once I started panicking a little bit, I gathered myself. I just realized when I panic in any part in life, like when you're panicking, anything going on, if you just slow down your breathing, I swear to you, it helps. It helps so much. I cannot like stress it enough how much just slowing down, breathe in, breathe out, relax. It's hard to do in front of 100 people, but you just slow down your breathing, and all the BS that I've gone through in my life has prepared me for moments where I'm not doing good on stage or whatever. And then I would say once I did my Uber joke, I threw in something that the comic before said about something about Coinstar, got him. And then once I went to the hood, and then when I got my son and my baby stuff, like, killed. And it was just, he's like in this flow state, and once you get to that state, it's dude, it feels great, bro. It feels great. But watching this, it's like, okay, how much work do I have to do? A lot. Am I gonna beat myself up for not hitting it right off the rip like I should be? No. The reason why I wanted you to see what it's like at the beginning of this, at like the video, like I showed him at first, is because I want to start off strong on these videos as well. Just like I want to start off strong in my stand-up. So I'm trying to start stronger and be able to do things like him in my own way, of course. And that's why I watch this stuff all the time. Whenever I'm down and out and I'm trying to figure out like what's going on with my stand-up or my life or anything like that, I go to stand-up to help me just relax and focus and go after that passion. Like, I really truly believe, like, in life you need to have a passion. This is mine. I'll just sit here for hours watching stand-up, and I'm like, okay, how do they do this? Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, okay, all right, well, am I going to beat myself up? No, because if I beat myself up, then I'm watching it like I'm angry. So same thing if you're, whatever you're doing in your life, like if you got something that you're going after, and when you don't beat yourself up if it doesn't go your way. Think of the long term, and as, think of this is if you're going to do this long term, just know, if you're going to do this for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, like if that's your plan, just know there's going to be some rough bumps for the first 10 years and whatever passion you're going after. And that's what's happening with me now. But watching Dan and what he's doing and everything like that, it really helps me realize like it's attainable. You just have to keep working and focus on what's in front of you while also setting very realistic goals. And that's basically why I watch this special so much, because it just really helps me understand structure and callbacks, and it's set up so perfectly for me to it's easy to digest for me. Like, I can't do like what Paul Mooney does. I'm not saying I can do what Dan Soder does, but I can't do things like that. Like, it's just, he's just too good. Like, he's one of the greats. But when I watch, I'm not saying that Dan isn't. I'm just saying that structurally speaking, Dan has a more set up punch style, and then Paul Mooney or like a Dave Chappelle is very like story like, or even Ali Sadiq. So it's hard to get that from the jump. So focusing on maybe the setup punch stuff is really what I've been trying to do and into my story. And then once I get longer sets, then I can open up and kind of have a little extra, setup in the middle and things like that. So that's just kind of what I've realized lately. And I've been trying to stop beating myself up. And I hope you guys are doing the same and just trying to stay positive every single day and have a powerful last day. That's what you need to have. Just to have a powerful day. That's it. Let's go. Let's pick ourselves up. Either way, this is Dan Soder special on the road. It's absolutely incredible. Please watch it. He's the best. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this with your friends. Have a good one. Bye.